Well, this is just a fun-filled evening, I guess. Welcome to the Washington Wrestle Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Mike. I will be joined here in just a moment by my special guest this evening, Michael Larkin of the not the Washington Wrestle Talk Podcast, that's me, of the S&M Podcast, and of course of the official Lingerie Fighting Championship podcast. We're going to be talking about the Pro Wrestling Illustrated PWI 500, plus the three big events that are happening this weekend. So let's get Mike on the phone here, see if we can get this. Love this Skype ring.
Hello?
Hey, bud.
What's going on, Mike? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I just realized something.
What's that?
It is a big weekend in the world of professional wrestling.
It is. Tomorrow we have NXT UK in the afternoon on the network, and tomorrow is All Out.
And did you also know about New Japan?
I did hear about New Japan. Is this was it like the Super X Cup, J Cup, whatever it's called?
No, this is New Japan Royal Quest.
Oh, okay. Now, fill me in on this one. I've heard the name. What is this one?
So this one looks like it's taking place in London, England.
That's huge for them.
Yeah. It looks like they're doing some, partnering up with Rev Pro. So, looks like they've got some pretty good matches on tap.
I think that also makes sense, with Zack Sabre Jr. and the whole Rev Pro thing.
Yeah, in fact, he's defending the British Heavyweight Championship against Tanahashi.
Now that's going to be really, really good.
One match that I really would like to, am really curious to see, even though I've seen it before, Okada versus Minoru Suzuki.
Now, you see, yes, we have seen it before, but just now with Okada, as the champ and Minoru Suzuki, those two are just, they're veterans, and he's a legend in his own right, Suzuki, but yeah, I think we're going to be for a treat with that. And the UK fans are going to be for a treat with it.
And then, of course, we've got Tomohiro Ishii defending the Never Openweight Championship against the newly introduced Bullet Club member, Kenta. That was kind of a surprise.
To be honest with you, I like that, just because, I look what's going on with Kenta and the Bullet Club and what's been going on with him and Shibata. I think, I'll be honest with you, ever since he left the WWE, he's just been so great in New Japan, and I cannot wait to see that match and what comes more with Kenta. If anything that we saw with him and Kota Ibushi was any indication. Yeah,
and then, of course, we've got, there's a tag team tournament where the winners will face the GOD for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. And let's see how this tournament's going. Right now, it's the tag team of Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, which, if you've seen Defiant, you've seen these guys. They're pretty phenomenal. Kyle Fletcher, he's a big, tall, lean kid, basically. I think he's about 21 or 22 years old. He's got his whole career ahead of him, and he'd be lucky if either ROH or NXT UK signed him.
Agreed on that one.
And then his tag team partner Mark Davis, this guy's a beast. He goes about 6'4", 6'5", maybe about 270, 280, but he's like a Keith Lee basically.
Hey, if anybody's like a Keith Lee, I'm all for that. I think what him and Dominic Dijakovic did on NXT this week was any indication. My God.
And then they're going to be facing the tag team of Josh Bodum and Shaw Samuels. Now, are you familiar with either one of those two?
Shaw Samuels, wasn't he in ICW?
He still is, yes. Tag team partner of Drew McIntyre's legit best friend, Jack Jester.
Yes, okay. Yeah, because I remember hearing the name, Shaw Samuels. Okay, isn't Nina Samuels on... yeah, she's also on NXT UK, right?
No relation, I believe.
No relation, okay.
Yeah.
As soon as you said Samuels, I'm like, yep.
Josh Bodum actually faced, I think it was Noam Dar to be in the Cruiserweight Classic a couple years ago.
That's right. Yeah, I do recall that. I think that was one of the qualifying matches. Yep.
So back to Royal Quest here. Of course, we've got the Ingobernables of Naito and Sonata. God, I love Naito. He is so fun to watch. Just the way he acts.
For Ring of Honor New Japan, I always remember how Impact screwed him up back in the day, and I'm just like, you have such talent with this guy. He's got such a presence. Like, just use him.
And well, Sonata, I mean, he's improved leaps and bounds too since his run in Impact.
Oh God, yeah, when he was the X Division champion, yeah, I remember.
And they're taking on Chase Owens and Jay White of Bullet Club.
I'm all for that. That's gonna be good.
And then we've got another. Looks like Will Ospreay and Robbie Eagles of Chaos are taking on Taiji Ishimori and El Phantasmo of the Bullet Club.
High-octane aerial assault galore.
Yeah, and not too many people are familiar with Phantasmo.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. Like, El Phantasmo there, he's really, really good, and I think for those who are unfamiliar with him, you're going to be in for a treat.
Yeah, I mean, and not too many people are aware that he's actually from Canada.
That's right, dude. Yeah.
He's another one of those great Canadians in the mold of, I don't know, I wouldn't say Jack Evans, because Jack Evans is actually from here in Washington State.
Well, I think if you also want to look at, like, Canadian high flyers, I mean, you could kind of look at, well, Edge not really was a high flyer, but Edge, I mean, you could look at a lot of people, pretty much anybody from Canada really sticks out, because Canada is that, wrestling country, and the, all the Canadians, like the Hart families and the Border City Wrestling that they get there. So, I mean, you got a great crop of talent there.
Oh, yeah, and especially in Quebec, with NCW and... And let's see. And, of course, we've got another match with Kota Ibushi and Juice Robinson taking on Yujiro and Hikuleo, the younger brother of the Guerrillas of Destiny.
Yes. I think with this one, just give me some juice, man, just because I'm digging that one. Give me some juice.
And then, of course, we've got our opener where Taguchi, who is by far one of the more entertaining guys.
Yes.
Coach Taguchi, whether he's Coach Taguchi, whether he was playing, Doc Brown for Kushida's Back to the Future entrance at Wrestle Kingdom. He's teaming up with a couple of the young lions, Shota Umino and Ren Narita, the two really up-and-comers that they really have their eye on, believe it or not.
Wait, isn't that the one that Dean Ambrose keeps, carrying around
Shota
everywhere?
Umino? Yeah, that's Dean Ambrose's manager now. He's actually the son of Red Shoes, the referee.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
And they're facing the full Roppongi 3K of Sho and Yo and Rocky Romero.
I'm down for that. Personally, I've been a fan of Rocky Romero ever since the Ring of Honor days. So, I mean, give me some Rocky Romero. And Sho and Yo are absolutely amazing.
They're amazing. Yeah, they are. I mean, they were amazing as the Tempura Boys in Ring of Honor.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, yeah, whether they were the Tempura Boys and now they're Roppongi 3K, I mean, those guys got talent.
Now, let's talk about AEW All Out tomorrow.
Yes.
Now, I looked on Bleacher Report's streaming app, and they want to charge $50.
I saw that, yeah.
And I'm like, no thanks.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. I mean, there's a lot of conjecture about All Elite Wrestling. Are they going to be better? Are they going to be better than WWE? They're saying it's the hottest non-WWE force in U.S. pro wrestling in more than 20 years. I don't know what your take on it is, but I don't see any storyline here.
I think there's a lot of potential, Mike, but I'm just kind of like, with this show, I'm like, is it really $50 though? Really? That's the thing though. I think it's just the price of it. For all this, it's really $50. Really, you're going to charge $50? That's why I'm like, no thanks with it. I think we're going to see a lot of great matches. I mean, with Pac being the substitute for Jon Moxley because of the MRSA, going against Kenny Omega, that's going to be good.
I think
Adam Page and
That's going to be the show stealer.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And Pac has a lot to prove because, like I said, we haven't seen. I know Pac's been doing his indie stuff, but yeah, being on this big stage, I know AEW's been wanting to bring him in, and I think him and Omega, like you mentioned, are going to tear it down. I think Cody and Shawn Spears is going to be interesting because Tully Blanchard's in the corner of Shawn Spears. Maybe will we see Dustin Rhodes get involved on the half of Cody? We'll see.
I think three of my favorite characters right now in AEW, Marco Stunt.
Yes.
Oh my God, he is a kid. He looks like a kid, but he's actually 21 years old. He's all of about 5'3", maybe a $120.
Well, I think we can expect a lot because the match is Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and him against SoCal Uncensored. So, I mean, you're going to expect a lot of fun and high-octane aerial assault, like I mentioned in that one, too.
I do like the combination of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. That's been very entertaining. It's something that you wouldn't expect. You know, Luchasaurus kind of taking on like a big brother to Jungle Boy. Of course, Jungle Boy is the son of the late Luke Perry.
Now, with Luchasaurus, I have to say this. Like, I've liked his work since Lucha Underground, so I'm very happy that we get to see him in this prominent stage.
Oh, of course, we've got the Cracker Barrel Clash, which is going to be interesting because it's Darby Allin versus Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc, or as I know him as Jimmy fucking Havoc.
I like all three of them, man. I think Darby from his work in Evolve and all over, same with Joey Janela and Jimmy Havoc from his work in ICW and the stuff that he did very briefly with Impact. I mean, we got three guys that can go hardcore and just go balls to the wall, so I think we're in for a treat with that triple threat match.
And then, of course, we've got, this perennial rivalry here, the Lucha Brothers against the Young Bucks.
And it's a ladder match, right, for the AAA tag titles?
Yes, the Ladder of Death.
You see, we've had them both go back and forth, and Lucha Brothers are the champions, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I be honest with you, and I know we're not talking about who we want to see win, but I would like to see Lucha Brothers go over this again and just have them be the mainstay with the tag teams, because I think we can get a great series between the two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Pentagon and Phoenix have really, really made a name for themselves, worldwide, thanks to, of course, Lucha Underground. But I thought AAA owned the name to Pentagon.
That's what I thought too, but not. He's going by Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix, which, Pentagon Jr., what was he going by for? Was it Pentagon El Zero for the Zero Miedo?
Penta El Zero Miedo.
Yes, there you go. So, I'm cool with it either way. I know him as Pentagon. We know Phoenix as Ray Phoenix. So, either way, and with the Young Bucks, man, and what we saw with them against Cody and Dustin at the last one, and now we're doing here, the feud continues. I'm all for it. And then I also look at, now I got to ask you, I'm kind of curious on this because I got the card up too. Riho and Hikaru Shida. I think that one's going to be good. I like Riho.
I think that is going to be good, though. I'm not too familiar with them because I never really watched the Japanese women per se. I did, of course, the big names that have come out of the Japanese women's scene. Of course, you got Aja Kong. You have, I'm going to throw a name out that it's probably a long shot, but Kyoko Inoue.
I've heard her.
And then, of course, you have Asuka, Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe this one might be a show stealer.
I think it will. For what we've seen with Riho, because I've included her a lot. This is a woman who's been wrestling since she was 9 years old, and she's already a veteran. So, she's great, man. And I think she's a great babyface, and Shida's absolutely a beast. So I think we're going to see some good stuff with them.
Was she the one that had the match with Kenny Omega?
Riho?
Yes.
I think it might have been her. Yeah, I know there was a 9-year-old that fought Kenny Omega. That might have been Riho. I think you're right.
Yes, I think that might be her. I don't know. Of course, we got the Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Ken?
It's Mark Quinn I think it's Mark Quinn.
Taking on, of course, Angelico and Jack Evans.
Oh, dude, give me some Angelico and Jack Evans. Come on now.
God.
I like them both, but I got to go with those two.
I love watching Angelico. I really